Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from yourblackworld.com, and I wanted to say hello before I head out of the country. I'm going to Eastern Europe for about a week and a half, I guess, and so I wanted to stop and tell you about something that I heard about, just recently. I talked yesterday with Bruce Dixon from the Black Agenda Report, as well as Reverend Kenny Glasgow. Reverend Glasgow happens to be the brother of Reverend Al Sharpton, both of whom are just extraordinary activists in their own right. And Reverend Glasgow explained, as well as Bruce, explained the situation going on down in Georgia, where at the Jackson State Penitentiary, among other places, the inmates have been exposed to what many would define to be cruel and unusual punishment. About a year and a half ago, there was a peaceful protest where the inmates asked for things that I think are quite reasonable. They wanted access to education. They wanted access to quality health care, not high quality, just normal quality health care, regular food, the ability to see their loved ones while they are incarcerated, which I think is totally fine. I think that it's sad that we live in a country where people somehow believe that because you're incarcerated, you deserve whatever you can get. And I reject that notion, because my father went to prison, my biological father, not my father at home. My older brother, he went to prison. So I know that individuals who go to prison are not animals. They are not beyond redemption. And so the access to education, I think, is quite reasonable, because we want them to have access to education so they can take that energy they have, they led them to commit crimes, and use it in a positive direction. And if you're not with me on that, then I don't know what else to say. But anyway, because they had this peaceful protest, which occurred during the winter of 2010, the authorities basically felt compelled to punish them. And they've been punishing them since that time. I did not know this, but quite a few of the men who were involved in the protest, the so-called leaders who were identified, who got these men, most of whom were black, almost all of them are black, got these men together in solidarity, in peace, as opposed to violence, got them together in peace to protest the conditions in the prison. They have been tortured. They were put in solitary confinement, where they've been in solitary confinement for 18 months. They have spray painted the windows black so they can't get any sunlight. They are only letting them outside to even walk around for an hour every 60 days. Between 50 and 60 days is what we're hearing from the families. Imagine that. For 2 months being locked into a room, you can't even get out to go to the bathroom for 60 days. They're not letting them take baths for 3 weeks at a time. 3 weeks without a bath, a shower, nothing. Now, mind you, I have no problem with the idea of somebody, especially a violent criminal, being put away, for a while. But no access to a bathroom, no access to the ability to take a shower. You can't even stand up and exercise. I believe that this is unacceptable. I want to make it very clear that I stand with Reverend Glasgow on this, and I'm going to support them in their work. As soon as I get back into the country, I'm going to go down to Georgia, and I'm going to join them in their rallies and protests and support the families. You've heard me talk about some of these cases, these mass incarceration cases, like Mario Lloyd in Chicago and a few others, where I just think that some of these punishments are draconian and they're sick, just fundamentally sick. And the thing is, the reason this mass incarceration issue matters to me is not because I've been to prison or that I've had to go to prison. It matters to me because if you are in our community, you see the impact that occurs when these fathers and husbands and brothers, and then a lot of mothers now too, are going off to prison for these really long sentences, especially on drug convictions. I think a person who sells drugs in many cases is easily redeemable. Many of these drug dealers are incredibly smart people who simply had no job opportunities, who made dumb decisions when they were 18, 19 years old. They don't need to be in prison for 60, 70 years or 100 years or 15 life sentences and all that craziness. So we need to speak up on this. You've heard me say things about what the Obama administration is not doing on this. It's not because I'm mad at Barack. It's because I feel that if you're the first black president, you want unprecedented love from black people. You can't sit around here holding the pen for the pardon and not using it to fulfill some of your campaign promises. It's time for us to stop sitting around. It's time for action and time for us to move forward. That's all I got to say. Well, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World. Please take care and have a wonderful day. I'm gone. Peace.